And the years since the murders have been full of legal twists and turns as prosecutors work to build their case against the man accused of the killings. Here's a look at how we got where things stand today. November 13, 2022, a day that changed how people around the world talked about Moscow, Idaho. On this day, local law enforcement found 4 people dead in a home off King Road. Along with the victims, investigators also discovered a few key pieces of evidence. A K-bar knife sheath investigators believe belonged to the murder weapon. On that sheath, police say they found DNA that didn't match anyone living at the house. The next day, people would know the victims as University of Idaho students Zainer Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Gonzalez. Police launched a homicide investigation, and then days later, autopsies revealed the 4 victims were murdered. Within 10 days of the crimes, Moscow police held 3 press conferences to address the public, all without having a suspect in custody.
We know you have questions, and so do we.
In a week and a half, investigators say they had collected more than 100 pieces of evidence, taken 4,000 photographs, reviewed 1,000 tips, and conducted 150 interviews. One of the biggest leads to a potential suspect would point to a white Hyundai Elantra. Court documents would later reveal the make and model of that car was seen speeding past the King Road home right after the murders. Local law enforcement would begin looking into this November 25th. On December 7th, the Moscow Police Department brought this tip to the public. But by this point, court documents say a Washington State University police officer had already found a white Elantra registered to Brian Kohberger living in Pullman, Washington. 2 weeks before the end of the year, Kohberger and his father drove that car across the country from Washington to Pennsylvania. There, police collected trash from his Pennsylvania family home, and an Idaho state lab matched DNA to the knife sheath found November 13th. 47 days after the students' bodies were discovered, an arrest was made. December 30th, Pennsylvania State Police take Kohberger into custody. He's then extradited to Idaho, where he would wait for his first Latah County court appearance on January 5th. On this day, major details in the investigation were released in the affidavit of facts. Over the first quarter of the year, search warrants would show what investigators took from Kohberger's Pullman apartment and university office. Kohberger made several court appearances leading up to a grand jury indictment May 17th. Less than a week later, at the suspect's arraignment, a trial date was set for October 2nd. The date would eventually be thrown out, with both the state and defense advocating for more time to prepare for this trial. That brings us to today, 1 year later, where we're all waiting, between a suspect waiting to know his fate while in Latah County custody and the world waiting to see who is responsible for the deaths of 4 young people, and will they be brought to justice.